Good day, everyone. My name is Felix Vitlagalo. Well, I will be dealing with an ecological model for well-being at Ikalativet College. This is the poster that I created. The first part that one needs to note is a definition of well-being, which states that it is a subjective assessment of an individual functioning, mood, and the level of life satisfaction, which together makes up, the essential aspect of their mental health. The other part that one needs to look into is the vision of the college, which stipulates that the college stands to empower communities through quality technical and vocational education, creating skilled artisans and the professionals to combat the poverty and inequalities. The values that the college stands for is to nurture, the joy of learning, promoting honesty, transparency, and flexibility, and also encourage the financial judiciousness and the personal commitment to quality. The policies that inform this is the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, Act 108 of 1996, Continuing Education Act, and Act 16 of 2006, the White Paper for Post-Schooling Education and Training 2013. The last one is gonna be the policy framework on realization of social inclusion in the PSET, sector, 2016. The supporting structures on this, ecological model will be the Deputy Principal Corporate Services, whom is deemed as the overseer of the process of staff development and the well-being of staff. The unit that is within, that division, which is the wellness unit, led by the wellness officer, employee wellness policy, the social workers, which are named at campus level as career guidance officers, and also, the student support services. Further to that, one needs to look at, the aspect of the college in terms of how then do we ensure this, ecological model works. The aspect of the college leadership, it plays a huge role on how this is supposed to happen in terms of the visioning and the high level instruction of the safe learning environment and supportive companion, and the inclusive education context, together with the social and emotional, competencies. And this is what Cater and Anderson 2018 indicated. Further to that, the strategy promotes, a healthy lifestyle programs to develop a pro-social values, family and community partnership spirit, or spirituality, and the sense of the meaning, and also the purpose of monitoring and demonstrating the strength based on the approach. This is what, Anderson further, indicated on the ecological model in terms of how well-being is supposed to be. Further to that will be enablers of how this process is supposed to take place. The enablers would be, the campus support committees within each campuses, the student support services, wellness officials, smoking regulations where people are not supposed to smoke anywhere else, but there has to be a designated area where people can smoke. And also, the wellness initiatives, e.g., conversation on health and the finances of the staff members, and also within, students as a whole, and also the issue of, the excellent instruction that is supposed to be given to students, the social workers, prayer sessions that we might have as the campus, and also the inclusion activities that relates to, higher health and also the security. And this part is also governed by, the higher health, programs that the college normally has. The impactors on how this process is supposed to work. We look at the budgetal constraints that, our TVET colleges are faced with, and our college is no, exception to that. The lack of college support groups, the time constraints, because we are always driven about, the issue of how teaching and learning is supposed to take place, but we are forgetting the other aspect that will assist us in terms of making sure that, students do perform better and the lecturers are able to produce the results that are supposed to be having. The strikes within the communities and the student protests within, our colleges also hinders these issues. The issue of crime and also the finances are some of the reasons why, the wellness issues are always, issues that one needs to look into, and they will make us not to be able to work on this part. Additional to that, we need to look now on the levels that wellness has to take place. One would know that we've got the individual aspect that one needs to look into. There's an individual level that one needs to look to, and also the interpersonal now, where now the actual individual has to look into. The first one is the individual part, where now people will look at the mechanism on how they're supposed to be, coping, and also how they wealth themselves in terms of, their self, realization, and also the pride that they have in terms of the purpose and how they view, the healthy lifestyle that they're supposed to be having in terms of the trails and the skills that they produce in life. The relationship on this part is also, a factor in terms of how one needs to look into. This part talks about, the family, the community involvement, and also the personal encounters that an individual might have. And also when you look at the part of the organization, our organizations assisting in terms of creating an accessibility in terms of whatever that people are supposed to be having, the support system that we're having, the partnership with students, and also the staff bursaries and student bursaries that one needs to have, the safe environment that we must create. Further to that will be, the student induction, so that students are able to understand what is it that they are supposed to be having. The policies that informs what is supposed to happen would be, the wellness, employee wellness policies, that is there to guide how wellness is supposed to take place. Further to that will be, the healthy and safety policy within the campuses, the inclusion policy on students with disabilities, which at some point students that are having disabilities must be taken care of to ensure that they don't feel sidelined in some of the issues that are supposed to happen. The student support services policies, and also the smoking policies. These are one of the policies that I thought of that they would impact on positively on how the wellness of our people is supposed to happen. Below this poster are the references that I have touched on in terms of what is it that I was supposed to do. Thank you very much.